Hi guys, today topic we're going to take a look at the Ronin-M, the new 3-axis gimbal from DJI. It's an awesome little product. It's small, it's lightweight, and it's perfect for DSLR shoots, and it's really fun and easy to use. And unlike its bigger brother, this one weighs almost nothing and can handle cameras of up to 4 kgs, which is basically almost all the DSLR options out there. Great, let's have a look at setting it up. And you first take your Ronin out of the box. It's literally in pieces. We need to put it together. What I really like about this Ronin-M is that the top handlebar consists of 3 parts that you have to assemble, which is really great and handy. I'll show you a little bit later. So all you do is just slide it in. It's got a locking mechanism, and just tighten it all down and build up your handle. And like with the bigger Ronin, comes with a handy stand. Just hook those handles up in there. Carefully pick up your gimbal part. It's really nice and lightweight. And just slide it in. Once you've got it in, just make sure that it locks in position. Tighten it up. And almost ready to go. Just grab your battery. Luckily this uses exactly the same batteries as the bigger Ronin. Makes your life easy if you have a couple of them already in your kit. And this just slides in. Tighten it down. And now we're ready to go to attach the camera and balance it all up. So now with the Ronin-M, they've redesigned the camera baseplate slightly, and you'll now see it's got holes and a big slit right there to make your life easier to find the correct spot for your camera, especially to get the lens support mount in position. Now also due to that, you'll see in your kit, you'll have 2 different types of bolts. You'll have one with an angled bevel, and then you have one with a little bit of a step on it. Now obviously this bolt, this new design bolt, you use them with the slit part, and then the one with the angled bevel goes into the little holes. Right, easy to set up and use. One of the issues that we've had previously with a lot of the Ronins and all the camera and lens combinations out there is, firstly, if you use a really fat lens, is you struggle to get the camera base plate nice and snug in position, and if you use a fat lens it actually sort of pushes it away, which is not optimal, or you struggle to find that perfect spot for the little lens support. So what we usually do is we just grab one of these Manfrotto 394 base plates, and we just sandwich that in between the camera base plate and the camera itself. So I'm just going to quickly set that up. So there we go. I just sandwiched the tripod plate in between the base plate and the camera, and like I said, that just gives us a little bit more room to play with, especially if we're going to attach something like the 85mm f1.2. That's a nice big fat lens. Also it gives you a little bit more play, so you can move the camera forwards and backwards on the plate. Plus now it's a quick release system, so you can quickly pop the camera off the rig without removing the plate and do something else with it and bring it back. Just remember, because this is now an extra part in there with extra little bit of movable parts on it, you just have to make sure that this is as tight as you can get it and clamp it down. Otherwise you're going to get a little bit of play between the camera and the base plate. It's going to cause oscillations. Right, let's get it all set up and balanced. Right, now balancing it exactly the same as on the bigger Ronin. Just going to slide the camera in. Make sure that it clicked in. Try and briefly sort out tilt. That's the camera falling backwards or forwards. And now we have to sort out vertical tilt. Now on the Ronin you sort out vertical tilt on the big one by moving the camera backwards. On this rig, because it's smaller, it's got less space, it's actually easier to point the camera upwards. Now obviously just watch out, if you've got a long lens, you might actually catch up the top of the rig. Alright, So the idea is just to find the balance point, so it's not bottom heavy or top heavy, and we just have to move this up and down till we find the sweet spot. Let's clamp it down. Now if you notice that this is a little bit loose, your quick releases, just remember, grab your Allen key and just tighten these bolts down so it doesn't move at all. Very important, use the same settings on both sides so it's nice and level, otherwise you'll never get this thing balanced. Let's have a look if it's balanced. Looks like it's really close to balanced. If it wasn't balanced, it would have fell either forwards or backwards. So here we go. Now I'm just going to position it upright, see what's happening. Okay, it wants to tilt back, so I just need to sort out tilt. Just going to loosen that a bit and move the camera fractionally forward. Now tip, if you're balancing on a zoom lens, just sort of balance it on a midpoint somewhere on the zoom. Remember, the motors will compensate for the fact if you start to zoom and the barrel extends or pushes back in. But just make your life easier and balance it sort of midway or the zoom length that you're actually going to use. Right, now we have to sort out roll. So see, the camera wants to roll anti-clockwise. Just move it over a fraction. That seems to be balanced. And remember to balance your pan axis. Show you how to do that now. So they also redesigned the back here of the Ronin, make it a little bit lighter, easier to use. So remember, to balance the pan axis, all we do is just loosen the quick release there, and then you turn this knob around to move the gimbal forwards and backwards. And to see if it's balanced, all you do is just pick up one side of the rig, and if it stays in position like that, it means it's balanced. So let me just move it quickly off balance so you can see what happens then. So you see there, it falls out or rotates out, and let's just get that back into position. Here we go, balanced. All right. So now that you got it all balanced and set up, you can just open up your little DJI Assistant app that's now available for download on Android and iOS. It's great, you just set it up as you usually would. I'm just going to quickly do an auto tune stability. And it just tests the motors, gives it quite a lot of a shake. And let's see if it's balanced. There we go. Great. What's the best feature, I think, on this whole setup and rig compared to the bigger one? Firstly, it's smaller, it's lighter, it's easier to use. And remember, you still have your briefcase modes as you have on the big one, so it's easy to use, but the main thing is nice and light. But what I like the most is we can take these handles off and get quite a small compact rig to work with and run around with it. You just use the top handle and off you go.